Hello, good evening. Coming to you live in the gym in Sumner Park, New Mexico. This is the 343 commitment and still counting 110 floors memorial stair climb for our brother, firefighter Gregory Sikorsky, assigned to Squad 41 out of the Bronx, the best of the both worlds, because it covers both Harlem and Bronx. And this 110 floors is given in honor and respect for the sacrifices made on 9/11/2001, dedicating this climb to his father, Greg Sr., mother, Lucia, and his brothers, Terry, George Jr., and Ken, who was a captain in the U.S. Army. Speaking of which, our brother was also a United States Marine who joined the FDNY in 1996 after serving in the Persian Gulf War. Prior to Squad 41, our brother was assigned to the Cross Bronx Express in the Bronx on engine 46, housed with ladder 27. Leaves behind his wife, Marie, and son, Steven, after 9/11. This is your climb, dedicated to FDNY Special Operations Command as one of the squads. Technical rescue, high angle, low angle, confined space, and hazmat knowledge within the squads. Part of Special Operations Command, the rescues the squads, Hazmat Company Number 1, and the Marine units. So coming to you today, second climb of these past 2 days for our brother Greg Sikorsky, Squad 41. Our brother served 5 years with the FDNY. Our brother was a licensed pilot, a licensed truck driver for a tractor trailer. Our brother was a skydiver, a scuba diver, and into sports, to which it said he actually took his brother Terry, his youngest brother, to go on a plane ride in the Cessna prior to them finding out after driving for an hour, when they got to the Cessna, that the battery was dead. So Greg took his truck on the road, it set on the highway, and jumped the plane. Our brother was also a volunteer firefighter with the Hillcrest Fire Department. For 16, as I read, he possibly had 17 years there, but it was two different things that said it. So it's in between those two. And he also enjoyed riding his, I believe it was a Harley Davidson motorcycle. But more than anything, he loved being a father to his son Steven and a husband to Marie. Our brother who responded on 9/11 to the worst terrorist attack on United States soil, a former Marine, responded as part of the greatest rescue effort in United States history, where upwards of 25,000 were saved because of the bravery, valor, and heroism that was shown by the FDNY and those that followed after with the Ansel counting, those who worked the pile at ground zero for days, weeks, and months until the recovery operation was declared complete. We will never forget, but we will always remember. These are the reasons we climb, to share their stories, to keep their legacies alive. And said after a snowstorm, our brother went to his nearest Catholic parish and shoveled out the grounds of the snow. My brother was there for whoever needed him. Again, he was a U.S. Marine veteran who served in the Persian Gulf War. For him, we climb. So he has not just become a name on a plaque or a picture on a wall. 20 years later, 20th anniversary is coming up in September. And 19 years later, we're still remembering. We have never forgotten. We made a promise to never forget. And it's up to us to keep that promise. For our brother, Gregory Sikorsky, from Squad 41, the best of both worlds, because it supports both Bronx and Harlem, to his time as Engine 46, housed with Ladder 27, the Cross Bronx Express. As I said, our brother joined the FDNY in 1996, served 5 years, then responded on 9/11. At the time, it said his son, Stephen, was 3 years old. This climb is dedicated to the FDNY Special Operations Command, which is the rescues, Outstanding, the Bulldogs, Big Blue, and then we have Popeye and Blue Thunder, followed by the squads. And there's a lot more squads out there. The one for sure I know at this moment is Squad 41 for this climb, the best of both worlds. But there's also Squad 288, Squad 1, I believe they just added Squad 8 in Staten Island, Squad 61, Squad 41, there's quite a few. And Try by Fire tested his goal, or it's actually tested his goal, Try by Fire. Squad 18, to which I made my 200th climb here in Manhattan. So another brother from another squad is taking his 110 floors, giving an honor of respect for the sacrifices made so that others could live. Along in the Special Operations Command is also Hazmat Company 1 and the Marine Unit. Our brother will never be forgotten. For his father and mother, George Sr. and Lucia. For his brothers, George Jr., Perry, and Ken, who was a captain in the United States Army, who at the time I believe he was in Germany on alert. Your brother will never be forgotten. This is why we climb. To tell their story, to finish their footsteps, symbolically taking our brother to the 110th floor as we speak. Pushing him up, one step at a time, towards the next floor. This is why we climb. To finish sharing their stories, To their families, the FDNY, and our country knows that we will never forget. But instead, we will always remember, no matter how many years it is from 9/11, we will continue to keep our promise and never forget. Coming to you live in the gym in Southern Park, New Mexico. This is the 343 commitment. I'm still counting. 110th floor Memorial Stair Climb for firefighter Greg Sikorsky, who also said was studying for a promotional exam prior to responding on 9/11. Right now, this is his climb to finish his story all the way to the top. "41 brothers left to carry on this journey. 302 on completion will reach that 110 floors. Getting down one at a time. Another brother will reach that top. For his wife Marie and son Stephen, your husband and father will never be forgotten. Our brother loved spending time with his son and being a husband to Marie. Our brother also gave 16 years of service, or 17, depending on the article you read, with the Hillcrest Fire Department. I hope I got that correct. And joined the FDNY in 1996 after serving the U.S. Marine Corps as a veteran of the Persian Gulf War, it looked like, from what I read. Our brother, prior to going to Squad 41, was at the Crossbox Express in Bronx, which was engine 46, housed with ladder 27. Taking him up all the way to the very top, to the finish of this tower. Symbolically, our brother's with me, taking each of these steps. I believe, from what I read, he was in Tower 2 on 9/11. An additional thing I found out was he had a dog named Dominic. I believe he was a Dalmatian, from what I read. Loved his Dalmatian. Well, George Sr., his father, and Dominic looked for our brother Greg Sikorsky in the rubble for several days, to the point where Dominic's paws got to the point he couldn't walk. So the firefighters at Ground Zero passed Dominic around to each other while continuing the recovery operation. We can never forget the sacrifices made on and after 9/11 and the recovery effort. Those who worked the pilot Ground Zero, who succumbed to 9/11 illnesses and cancers, and those who are currently dealing with medical issues because they're working with the pile. We will never forget. Upon completion of the initial 343 commitment, they will take their place. The end still counting will go vertical. Taking them up. So we have a total 7 complete verticals on this climb. Once we hit that 7th vertical, it'll put us at the 101st floor. And it's only 9 floors after that to finish our brother's climb. For Gregory Sikorsky out of Squad 41. Bronx's best of both worlds. Again, titled that because they covered the Bronx and Harlem. And it's actually on their squad patch. One of the squads out of Special Operations. This climb is dedicated to the FDNY. Off and on the line. Special Operations Command. This is your climb. Our brother from Squad 41 is going to the top. With honor and respect for the sacrifices made so that others could live. For our brother who was a licensed pilot, a commercial truck driver, a scuba diver, a skydiver, an overall brother to his family, George Jr., Ken, and Perry. The promise is made. We will never forget your brother. Dedicated to his mom and dad, George Sr. and Lucia. Your family will always be remembered. This is why we climb. To tell their stories. To get them out there. To share them. One at a time. For his service in the United States Marine Corps, our brother was a veteran of the U.S. military. 5 years of service to the citizens of New York with the FDNY, and 16 years of service to the Hillcrest Fire Department. Right now, this climb is getting there. Over the halfway point already in this 110 floors. Memorial Stair Climb. Coming to you live in the gym in Southern Park, New Mexico. This is the 343 commitment. And still counting. For our brother, firefighter, Gregory Sikorsky. Coming up on the second to last vertical shortly. And that last vertical to get us to that 101st floor. I believe it said that our brother did a lot of things with his younger brother Perry. Besides going an hour away to the airport to take a plane on a Cessna and finding out the battery was dead. So he took his truck and went on the highway and actually jumped the airplane. They got their flight in. They flew over the hometown. I believe it said they saw the house. Additionally, our brother had, what I read was he completed a vehicle, like a collision class, or something to that effect. I believe it was in Phoenix, but don't hold me to it because everything by memory. But it said they ended up driving a truck home together. It was auto body an out-of-body class. I guess to be able to work on them. My brother was very athletic. He was a scuba diver, a skydiver, a pilot, a motorcycle rider, which it said he had a Harley, a father, a husband, a son, a brother, and our brother. Coming up on the second to last of the verticals. Taking them up for their families, the FDNY, and our country to know that we are keeping our promise, to never forget, to always remember 9/11, 2001, and the recovery effort that followed at Ground Zero. Those who worked the pile and succumbed to 9/11 illnesses, the cancers, the ants still counting. They will never be forgotten. This is why we climb on this stair climber and across the U.S. The 9/11 Memorial climbs the 5K, 10K, half and full marathon runs across the U.S. And those events, they go across the world to remember their lives and the sacrifices that were made so that others could live. Taking them up. Last bit of that second to last vertical. Taking them all the way to the 110th floor. One brother at a time. One story shared. Pushing them up. Let me clear out the mask a little bit because it's all foggy. Taking them to the top. Going there with honor and respect for the sacrifices made so that others could live. One at a time. For his mom, Lucia, his father, George Sr., his brothers, George Jr., Ken, who was a captain in the army at the time, high alert in Germany from what it said, and for his youngest brother, Perry. Taking him all the way to finish his footsteps from what I believe was Tower 2 from the articles that I read. For our brother, Greg Sikorsky, firefighter, Squad 41, the Bronx's best of both worlds, part of Special Operations Command of the FDNY. The squads, the rescues, Hazmat Company 1, and the Marine units. This climb is dedicated to you all. Do you know that your brother will always be remembered? His story shared and never forgotten. This is why we climb. So another brother reaches the top floor, finishing that symbolic climb to the top of the towers. And we're getting close to that 101st floor. Welcome to the heat. Coming to you live in the gym, Southern Park, New Mexico. This is the 343 commitment. And still counting. 110 floors, almost to the top. For our brother, Gregory Sikorsky. Squad 41. Bronx's best of both worlds. But also was with the Cross Bronx Express. Engine 46. Housed with ladder 27. Almost there. Last little bit of this last vertical to go to the 110th floor. All right. We have reached the last vertical of this climb. Only a few more floors. And our brother will have finished symbolically his journey to the top. Special Operations Command, another brother, will be at the top. The 302nd brother to be carried up, down to 41 brothers left to make that climb. Going to the top as we speak. Alrighty, we're getting there. For his wife Marie, son Stephen, your husband and father will never be forgotten. Pushing him up the second consecutive day of climbing after we did our physical agility test earlier today. So this one is a little bit extra, all the way to the top. For Squad 41, the best of both worlds out of Bronx in Harlem. The FDNY, Special Operations Command, the Rescues, outstanding, the Bulldogs, Big Blue, Popeye, Blue Thunder, the Squad 1, Squad 61, Squad 288, Squad 18, Squad 8, Squad 252, which are the ones I can remember at the moment. To our brothers, Squad 41 out of Bronx. Our brother was a U.S. Marine veteran, served the Persian Gulf War before 1996, getting on near the FDNY, serving the citizens of New York for 5 years. And we have taken our brother, Gregory Sikorsky of Squad 41. Rest easy, brother. We got it from here.